Okay, just thought I'd show everybody where we've come so far on machining the 9-cylinder Radial aircraft engine. Been working on it for about 2 years now, and spent a lot of time just making the first 37 tools that had to be made for this thing. In retrospect, I probably should have made them when I needed to make them. This is the crankcase. All the holes have been drilled in it, with the exception of right in the end where it needs to bolt on to, that end anyway, where it needs to bolt on to the rear part of the crankcase. And the holes have been drilled here for its separate sections that need to be done. And also with that, I have the front cover. Front cover snaps over this part right here. And that's what it looks like with the front cover on it. Fits nice and snug, just the way it's supposed to be. That's what happens when you read the instructions and actually follow the dimensions. They work fine that way. This is the front bronze bearing. All of the machining and the drilling has been done on this. Didn't get much in the way of video of that. I think I got some video, but I don't know if I ever published it or not. And this is the rear bearing. A little bit different profile. You know, a lot of work went into it. I enjoy working with brass or bronze. They're just, you know, fun materials to work with, and turned out really nice actually. Here, mostly the sleeves for fitting the push rods, you know, through here on the crankcase, and also there is an oil transfer tube in there. Pull that out. It's one of the oil transfer tubes right here. I think there's another one. Yeah, there's another one here. Another oil transfer tube made out of brass. Okay. Move on to the rest of the materials. Crankshaft. 2 cheeks and the 3 segments of the crankshaft there. I think that was the back crankshaft and the middle crankshaft, and this right here is the front crankshaft. They all have oil holes. Well, this main one here has an oil hole passage drilled into it. That's been done. And I've got 4 of the slave rods done. Actually, there's 2 more in production. It's going to be in an upcoming video, finishing those up. We'll get a little bit better. Yeah, looking at what we've got here. Wasn't real happy with how this turned out. This is the impeller with the bronze bushing in the back of it that I did. It's a little complex to do and it takes some time. I just didn't do it right. But I don't know, I might redo it, but it'll serve the purpose if it needs to. Another one of the transfer tubes, just kind of keeping it in some packaging to protect it. Yeah, some gear blanks that are going to be in some upcoming videos. And one of the gears that I machined for it. And the 9 cylinders, I got 10 of them here, so one of them's going to have to get tossed. Front hub, rear hub. This is the rear case. A little bit more work needs to be done on it. I need to drill the holes for fitting it onto the back of the crankcase. It fits on just like that, and as you can see, it's machined to almost be perfect fit there. So it's going to be a pretty good sized engine when it's finished. Here we have the cylinders, the cylinder heads that are in fabrication right now. As you can see, I did a pretty lousy job on the fins on that one. This one here, the fins are much better. Did a much better job on them. Trying to get that to focus, but it ain't working too well. Let me bring it back there. Yeah, a lot finer, the way there should be. The rest of this is done, not the rest of it, but the next step in these is going to be done on the milling machine. And then we finish off doing the heads themselves, the towers, the two valve towers are going to be done on the lathe. This is how we hold the cylinder heads in the lathe. We just use a bolt that's screwed into the top of it, and then we just clamp it in the lathe and we just do our work from there. Cam ring gear, which I actually could have machined this myself, but it would have taken quite a setup and a long time to do, so I just bought it. It's expensive, but it's just going to save me a lot of time. One of the bevel gears that I purchased, I think there's another one I have to get. And kind of my pride and joy is the oil pump. Now the oil pump was kind of an interesting project. Of course, it's made out of aluminum because of you have these gear passages that had to be machined into it. Not gear passages, oil passages. And you also had these gear areas for the gears to run in there, and as you can see, they kind of turn against each other. They're a little bit rough, so they need to be deburred a little bit so that they run a little smoother. Trying to get it into the view here. You can see it's moving just a little bit. And the pistons, we have 6 of them, 4 of them that are still need to go over the milling machine. 2 of them that we have done on the milling machine so far, finished them out. They're ready to be attached. As soon as the cylinders are bored out to their final dimension, then we can get a look at what, and each one of them is going to have to be stamped and matched with each cylinder so that we have consistency. And the final thing I have to show you is something that I never did a video on. I kind of wished I would have because it's pretty interesting, is the air guide. The air guide, big hunk of aluminum that you machine down to almost nothing. And according to the list of materials in the front of the manual, it says that there are 2 of these that are machined. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, I don't know, where's the other one going to go? So I machined one, and I guess when we get to assembly, we're going to find out if we need another one. I can always go back and machine another one of these. So it can turn out pretty good. I guess that's probably everything that I have so far that's been machined. We do have some upcoming videos that are going to be kind of interesting. As you can see, there isn't a lot left, just maybe some little minor things here and there that have to be machined. And of course, I have to finish all of these off, and I'll show the process of making the rings for the pistons when I get ready to that point. But it's just going to be a lot of repetitive work that I have to do in order to get to the next stage. And then I'm going to show you how and I plan on making the propeller blade myself, and I'm going to show that process also. That should be kind of fun, kind of interesting. So anyway, until next time, till the next video, that's all I've got for now.